So you have your phone on silent, like me.
It is on silent. It was just vibrating on top of my VHS.
Stop fighting!
I have an Apple Watch, so like it just taps me on my wrist.
Oh.
So I don't even worry about ringtones anymore. Like, now I know.
That cat is going nuts.
Yeah, that cat.
He saw a mirror and he's going crazy.
All right.
You want to give us an intro, Cameron?
I think we're gonna have Logan do the intro.
Okay.
If he doesn't mess it up this time.
Oh.
I mess it up every
Hurtful.
time.
Hurtful. He's great.
Maybe this time what we'll do is we'll just have Logan do it until he gets it right.
That's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna keep having me do it. We're gonna have like take 1, take 2,
Yeah.
take 3.
Welcome to the Wildcast. Welcome to the Wildcast, where Studio 76 does a podcast. I know it's short, but it's gotta last. So sit down and enjoy, you'll have a blast.
Welcome to the Wildcast podcast. Today we got Collins.
And X-Wing.
Yay. And X-Wing.
An X-Wing, yeah.
More on that later.
Cameron's still here.
Yeah, I guess.
I haven't kicked him off yet. We'll see how he does this week.
Consider this your performance review, Cameron.
This is your tenure review.
Yeah.
We're gonna be taking notes.
All right, well. Guess I'm
Don't
already
be awkward
failing.
now.
I think that's my one character trait on this show.
Is
just
it?
be awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I'm gonna
Kinda.
mess with this giant remote just this whole time.
My goodness.
What I do is I wait till I like really have to say something, and I'll think about it for a good 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So I just let you guys ramble, and I'm like, okay, I'm ready.
Yeah, that's how I am too,
Oh.
but not 5 minutes. Usually it's like a minute, and then I say it, and then it doesn't come out right, and I'm like, oh, I should have thought about it longer.
Dude, like, have you ever had that anxiety during high school and junior high when they were taking roll?
Oh, yeah.
Here comes my name, you're like, here. Oh, I screwed it up. Like,
Oh yeah, or like when you have to, when you're going down and you have to say your name, and you're like, okay, what's my name? My name is Collins. Just remember, my name is Collins.
Logan.
Or like when everyone's introducing themselves, you're not paying attention to anyone else.
Yeah,
No,
you're just like,
You're just preparing to introduce yourself. Like nobody gets anything out of that.
Name games are so dumb.
Name
And I
games
was
are
like-
so dumb. Thank
And I
you.
graduate high school, and I'm like, great, I don't have to play any name games anymore. I don't have to remember random class names. And then I take small group communication, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna play a name game on the first day, and I'm like, so I'm ditching college. I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm done.
We did the name game, the first meeting of studio I was at when we did the ropes course.
oh, yeah.
Another thing I hate.
We
I mean, I did not participate in the ropes course. I'm pretty sure this story has been told on the podcast before. I had 2
No.
kidney stones at the time. So I did not participate in that activity.
that was
Interesting.
like we
Fun to
did
watch.
good. We did good right up until the rope, the actual like swinging on the ropes thing. Oh, I dropped Cameron.
that was so good.
So for everyone else, Cameron, we were doing a ropes course, and at one point in the ropes course, we're swinging from the platform, and we got everyone across except for our advisor, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna swing over, but I'm not gonna make it, so you can grab me, and I was like, okay, Cameron, like lean out, and I'll grab you by like the belt loop. So Cameron leans out, and I like try to grab him by the belt loop. And I lost him. And the thing is, he's already like this. Because he's ready. He trusts me, and I broke that trust. And so he goes face first into, like, I think it's just mulch on the bottom. So
Yeah.
too bad. But he's just like face planted. Oh.
That was
and
fun.
I did not know him before that day, and it was very awkward.
I think that's probably the best way to introduce somebody to somebody else. Just drop
Just
somebody.
drop him and be like, "Hi, I'm Logan."
I'm Logan.
I'm Logan.
Okay.
Like roll call. Don't.
Yeah, I got you. I got
Yeah.
you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cameron.
yeah, that'll come across.
Did you guys ever like try and like think of other ways of saying here?
Yeah, but I was never brave enough to do it.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no, no.
Because I always
Like
remember
the
like
present.
yeah, I always remember
or
the people
not
like
here.
when they would say that, like the first person who would say present, they're like, "Oh, you're so cool."
Gosh, like someone would be like,
But you know, when you heard other people say present,
yeah.
they were never cool.
There was always the first person
They
in the
just wanted
class to
attention.
go. There was always the first person in the class to go, not here. And for like a split 5 seconds, they were like a comedy god.
Yeah, they're like,
Then-
I'm gone. Whoa!
Whoa! You can't believe he said that.
Yeah.
It was so much easier to get a laugh back then.
Yeah.
That's fair. No, Cameron's very easy to make laugh.
That is, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Cameron is a simple humor.
Oof.
That's
I
not
wasn't gonna
necessarily
say
a bad
that.
thing.
That's
I
just
feel
because I like
having a
laughing.
very specific humor is not fun.
Jonathan Chen is another one of them. So
Yeah.
I really like being around Cameron and Chen, because they make me feel funny.
I don't think I've ever met Chen.
Yeah.
He was-
'Cause
Oh,
you weren't there.
you
I wasn't there.
You
Oh,
weren't there
at the
48
shoot.
hour. Yeah.
Yeah. Are we
He showed
allowed
up-
to talk about that?
just
Yes.
probably just the experience, but not the final product.
It was a magnificent experience.
You weren't a part of it. Like
No, I wasn't.
I felt bad because we had nothing for you to do.
Yeah, I'll be the first. I'm glad you said that because I was spent the whole time being like, I feel bad because there's nothing I am doing. So as long as we both felt bad, then
Yeah,
I'm fine with that. But yeah, like honestly, like one less person on set made social distancing easier, and I wasn't really needed anyway. So, my name was on the call sheet, so I'll take credit for that.
Actually, it would have been better if you were on audio, because I did audio and it was bad.
Oh, really?
Well, audio is just bad. Period.
It was a
mean-
broken boom pole,
Oh, that's
and it was windy. It was
Yeah.
a struggle. Like you can hear every time the boom pole like moves a little bit, you can hear it. It's like
I think
We
I
should
think
have
I
gapped
mentioned.
it.
I think I mentioned on the podcast a while ago.
I
I did a short film at UVU where the audio guy had the boom mic off the entire time,
oh.
and no one realized. So we had to ADR the entire short film.
Oh no.
Like a spaghetti western.
Yeah, like a spaghetti western, or like a bad dub. I've shown it to people and they haven't been able to tell. So
Is it
I think
the
that's
subway
good, but,
one?
like,
Interesting.
yeah, it's the quote unquote Subway one. Subway was a part of it.
Oh, you said Sound Boy, and I was like, that is hilarious. that
It's
his name's
the
Sound Boy.
Magic 8-Ball one. More
Yeah.
like. Subway is a
That's
part of
what I
it.
heard.
Where I made our lead actor vomit a Subway sandwich. I made him eat it. He voluntarily vomited it.
Wasn't that part of the script though?
Did you put a?
Yeah, it was part of the script. It was part of the script to eat it and then pretend to vomit. But then
Oh.
he actually vomited into a bag.
Oh.
And then he did a second take because I did whatever. That's a story for another time. That I just
Oh.
told. That it's not a story for another time because that's the whole thing. That's the whole
okay.
story. Thank you for coming
Another
on this
time
journey
with another audience.
another time with another audience at another university, which is not as good as Weber.
Yeah.
There you go. So you're just moving down the line. After this, it's like community college. Then you just go back to high school.
Down the line, no, Weber is a step up from UVU, 100%.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
you're saying you're going somewhere worse. I mean,
No, I'm going somewhere. If I'm moving in the same trajectory, I'd be going somewhere better.
So next it's like MIT.
Whoa! You can end up at Harvard.
Do they even have a
Yale.
communications department? I don't know what
Probably
MIT
not.
is.
It's like a.
Doubt it.
I don't
It's
know.
technical.
Yeah,
it's a
I think
more
it's-
technical school.
Yeah.
It's technical.
Technical college.
Well, it's
Ooh,
not a
I've got a-
college, though.
I've got a little
I-
Collins corner this week.
It's a technical college that's actually a college.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Yeah. Collins Corner.
Collins corner this week. I had the pleasure of watching on the day of release the Artemis Fowl movie by Disney, released on Disney Plus instead of in theaters. Which,
Right.
thank goodness for that, because they would have lost a lot of money.
I saw the cover art for that, and I was like, "What is this?"
It's based on a book series by
Yeah.
Owen Colfer.
I read one of them.
Most people did.
You
I read the
know
whole
what's
thing.
going
My hot take on Artemis Fowl has always been the first 4 books are the best, and then they kind of get meh after that.
Oh yeah.
But they're all good. And Disney did what Disney usually does.
They
Ruined
acted-
Imagine you remember what Disney did to Percy Jackson and the Olympians.
yeah.
Made one good movie and then made bad movies after.
Well, some may argue the first movie wasn't good, and they would also argue that for Artemis Fowl. So, spoilers for Artemis Fowl. I'm sorry, I don't care.
It's no surprise.
The plot of the book is that there is a kid, Artemis Fowl. He's 12 years old. He's basically a supervillain. He's a criminal mastermind. His dad was, but his dad is missing, and his mom is sick or something. That's not really important. He kidnaps a fairy, and they're like this whole like militaristic society underground or whatever. He kidnaps her for a ransom, and
Then they storm
gets
his
the-
house.
and then
Or
they
they try
storm his
to.
house. Yeah, and that plays out pretty much so that kind of how it does in the movie. And he ends up getting the ransom and then splitting it with the fairy named Holly, who he kidnapped because she cures his mom. And that's the plot of the book. And then it gets into more stuff, and like villains are introduced in later books. The plot of the movie is his mom is already dead.
Oh.
His dad has been kidnapped by the villain from the second book, and he needs a ransom of some mega weapon to get his dad back. So that's why he kidnaps the fairy. So he's a good guy in the movie. But like,
Freaking Disney.
yeah, I
Blur
hated
the
it.
lines a little
I hated
bit.
it.
Come on.
The actor I think did a good job of being the right amount of. I'm sorry if you need to bleep that. The right amount of. As Artemis is in the books,
It's
I think the
done.
actor did a great job of that. Every time he tried to be a nice guy, the acting fell apart. But when he was being a jerk, he's like, "Yeah, that's the Artemis I remember from the books."
It's probably like
But
the
yeah,
director
like-
was like, he's the villain, and then the writer was like, no, we wrote him as the good guy. And he's like, but I already cast the character.
Yeah.
Wait,
It's like, you
we're
know
not
what, we-
basing it off the book where he is the villain? No, we're Disney.
No, we're Disney. He's gonna be the good guy. Like, but he's like that's the whole thing. Is he's a 12-year-old supervillain? Nah, I don't think audiences would like that. Audiences already liked that. That's why it was a best-selling book series. But like,
I think that's a dumb move.
I already made the cover
think it
art
was
for
a
the
dumb
villain.
movie.
What are we gonna do now?
I enjoyed,
Taking creative license.
and also making
on-
his mom dead. His mom,
The
like
book.
he has siblings who haven't been born yet in later books, but they make his mom dead or whatever.
Yeah, making his mom dead would make him more of a villain, though.
Yeah,
Because, like, if
It's
she's
so dumb.
alive, now there's more of, like, a compassion
'Cause-
point.
I think it's because they knew that they were going to Disneyfy it and only get one movie.
Oh, yeah.
If they had the full series, they could do his arc of going from supervillain to hero.
Is that your cat?
No, that was a human being sneezing off screen. But
I was gonna say that was a loud. cat.
I feel like they didn't have faith that they'd get more than one movie, so they didn't. They tried to set it up for a sequel, which is like, well, he rescues his dad at the end of the movie.
No way.
Which he
This
doesn't
movie
do
should
until the
never
end of
play
the
out like that.
He doesn't do until the end of the second book. So
So they ruined the second book.
we don't even need the second book now.
Wow.
And but like the casting was all good. I think the actors were all good. The scenes that were from the book were all good because like it had like the same progression of events, but everything just happened for a different reason. But pretty much everything happened the way it did in the book. just for a different reason with a different MacGuffin.
Did they
And
have
Josh
that
Gad,
Butler?
there was too much Josh Gad in it. Oh, Butler was great.
Josh
Oh, yeah?
Gad is in it?
Josh Gad was playing the dwarf Mulch, except, correct me in the comments, the algorithm likes that. Correct me if I'm wrong. He was just a dwarf in the books. In the movie, they make him a giant dwarf, so they don't have to do any forced perspective with Josh Gad, and he can just be his normal size.
Oh, that's dumb. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's like got a growth disorder or something where he's the size of a human, but he's a dwarf. And like they do the thing from the book where he like disconnects his jaw. What am I thinking of?
Unhinges his jaw?
Unhinges his jaw and then digs through by eating the dirt and then spewing it out the other end. Which like it happens in the books, but they do give him underwear. In the movie, unlike in the book where it's just his bare butt hanging out of his pants. It's a weird book series, okay?
Yeah, this just gets weirder.
That's how the dwarves dig, is they just like...
I don't remember enough of this book. Jeez.
And occasionally in the book he'll get a blockage and someone will have to pull his pinky toe. And then he farts. I don't know,
That's
maybe
so
maybe that's better in Irish
weird.
humor or something. Owen Colfer is an
Probably.
interesting guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that they. I waited an eternity for this movie. I loved Artemis Fowl, and it was supposed to come out last summer, but it got delayed for some dumb reason.
I wonder
Well,
why.
I mean,
And Dame Judi Dench was in it as well.
Wait, what?
Yeah, she was Commander Root,
Man, she's really gone downhill.
and she did a great job.
On
Yeah, I don't know
downhill.
why she needed. Well,
Yeah.
because going for she was knighted. She's a dame.
yeah.
Now she's
But-
doing these movies.
And now she's doing Artemis Fowl on Disney Plus.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about the movie Downhill, and I was like,
Oh,
I heard that movie sucked.
What? What
movie
is this?
Downhill
Hold
on VHS,
No. It's a
Blu-ray.
recent movie with like
Shot 3D?
Will Ferrell. It's a Will Ferrell movie.
Downhill. What's
it's
it
like
about?
there's like an avalanche. This family's at a ski resort, and there's an avalanche, and
They go down the hill.
no.
not yet.
Will Ferrell's like, he
We gotta go
ditches his
downhill.
wife and his kids and like runs
To go
away
downhill.
to safety. And the avalanche doesn't kill anyone; it just goes right past. And so, and I'm pretty sure that's the big plot point. And then like, I think their marriage just starts to fail. Is what
Oh.
happens.
Oh, I thought you was gonna have like an ending like in The Mist, like a super depressing ending.
It probably is a super depressing ending.
Did you
Cameron
watch
looks
the
like he has no idea what I'm talking about.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
either.
I
I'm gonna
didn't
pretend.
watch
I
Mist.
believe it's called The Mist. It's based on a Stephen King book
Yeah.
Oh,
That
The
sounds
Mist.
right. Yeah.
where there's a mist and there's scary stuff in it.
Yeah.
And at the end of spoilers for The Mist, at the end of the movie, the family has like left the superstore where they were all holed up in a car, but like there's no hope and there's nowhere to go, and the mist is coming in, and they only have so many bullets left, and so the dad kills the rest of the family so they don't have to face the horrors of the mist, but he
Oh
doesn't
my.
have enough bullets to kill himself, and then the mist clears and the army's there.
Oh no.
So they were like 2 minutes away from being saved. It's such a bummer ending.
Dang.
Yeah.
They show that in the movie.
Yeah.
Him just shooting his. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I no, I don't think they show it. I think it's like
Like
an
a wide
outside
shot
shot.
and you just
It's like a wide
see-
shot of the car, and you just hear like a
Yeah,
boom,
boom, boom, boom.
and then him going. "Ah!" Just acted a lot better than
That's
that.
crazy.
"Ah!"
Now we gotta like make a cut of that with just Colin's scream.
Just, yeah, that's
Please
you just
don't.
made the thumbnail. Yay. I have a hard time watching movies when it's like it was all for nothing in the end.
Or is that a
Oh,
dream?
yeah.
I hate that.
Agreed.
Mm.
Agreed.
Or when it's like,
Can
oh,
it-
it's all a dream.
Yeah, it was
Like-
all a dream. He was dead the whole time. Like, who cares?
I was gonna say Upgrade. Upgrade is kind of like that.
Is it? I heard it was really good.
It is really good, but it's got a real bummer of an ending.
Oh.
Spoilers for Upgrade.
This is the spoilers episode.
This is a spoilers episode. Spoilers for
That's
Upgrade.
I wasn't.
The AI takes full control over his body at the end. That's basically how it ends. He kills the guy who created the AI that's in him. And then there's like a cop who's been following this whole time, and he's like, "No, I'm not gonna kill her." And then he fights too hard against the AI, and it breaks his brain, and so the AI takes full control and puts his consciousness into a simulation where his wife is still alive. And then the AI just takes full control over his body, and that's the end of the movie.
Oh.
It's so dark. Yeah, it made my sister very upset.
Man, movies are depressing.
Movies are depressing. Some movies are depressing.
Lots of movies are depressing.
Lots of
Even
movies are
good
depressing.
ones.
I think a lot of movies are unnecessarily depressing.
I've been taking a tour of watching. Tour is a dumb word for it.
I like it.
I'm watching all the movies
An expedition.
that I definitely should have watched as like a film buff.
Oh yeah.
I've only like so far I just started, so I watched a lot of Tarantino. That's what I.
There you
started
go.
with. So I watched.
Did you watch Kill Bill yet?
I watched. No, not yet. That's next.
Okay.
If I can find it, I don't know.
They're
If it's
No
so
spoilers for Kill Bill. Does she kill Bill?
So far, I've watched.
I don't know.
Just
I haven't seen them.
Inglourious Bastards and Django Unchanged. Unchanged.
Django Unchanged.
Ah!
He does not become a werewolf.
I've already seen Pulp Fiction. I've already seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But yeah, next on the
That was
docket
good.
is Kill Bill.
Kill Bill is so good. It's one
That's
of
what
my
I hear,
favorite
and
movies.
that's why I'm excited to see it. But I don't know where it is. Hopefully it's
Yeah.
on Netflix.
I don't think so.
But that's where a lot of Tarantino is.
Oh really?
Uh-huh.
Netflix? Oh, interesting.
They have Pulp Fiction, Inglourious Bastards, Django Unchained. I said it again. And
Django
Hateful Eight.
Untrained.
Untrained, but somehow kills everyone. Spoiler alert. Sorry. And the Hateful Eight, and they have the Hateful Eight extended thing where it's like 8 30-minute parts that you have to watch.
Wow.
It's so
There was a hot second a few years ago where I thought, because I didn't know what these movies were, I thought that it was a trilogy of Ridiculous Six, Magnificent Seven.
Oh.
They all
Oh
came
my
out. They
God.
all came out around each other. So I was like, are they all like? Yeah, it's all like. No.
Have you seen the original Magnificent Seven?
No, I've only seen the remake,
Oh,
unfortunately.
okay. Yeah, the remake kind of sucks.
Yeah.
The original is very boring, but it's fun in the end. It's just I have a hard time watching like old Western movies.
Or the
The
original
cinematography, like
Seven Samurai.
original like cinematography in westerns it's so boring.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
Boring.
They're just like
they
Western
Gone with the
stuff,
Wind and,
dust,
other stuff like
guns. Yeah.
they start to excel near the end of it where they start inventing like they invent the Steadicam for Gone with the Wind, and they start to invent these things that like make it more interesting. But like before then, it's just like one shot. Like they're not even following like rule of thirds or anything. It's just people, mountains, whatever, and like that's the shot.
Yeah.
Like that invention
10 minutes,
where
and I'm like, oh my gosh,
they could
so boring.
the invention where they could absolutely trip a horse but not hurt the person riding it.
Yeah.
The horse gets messed up, but the person riding it's fine.
Yeah.
It's basically just a tripwire,
Yeah.
but it looks like they got shot.
Hurt the horse. Who cares?
Yeah, so many horses had to get put down because of that.
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
It's nuts. Early movies, they
Well, before we run out of time, let's do.
I wanna
what's
talk
wrong
about the
with this
X-Men.
picture. Oh, okay. You wanna
Real
go
quick,
next?
real quick.
Okay.
I got next thing. Star Wars Squadrons was leaked,
I don't know.
and then a half an hour later was announced. It is a single player / multiplayer flying Star Wars game. There's 5v5 multiplayer dogfights, and then there's a campaign set during the original trilogy, towards the end of it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sure, okay.
Flying is my favorite part of Battlefront 2, and I love X-Wings, so
Oh, yeah.
there's my 2 cents on that. All right, I think Cameron wants to show us a picture and what's
show us
wrong
a
with
picture.
Okay. Show you the picture.
We talked about
Get this over with.
Hold on, I have to pull it up now, because I forgot.
Oh, he has trouble doing that sometimes.
I know. Ooh, I opened up 2. Okay, hold on.
What's wrong with this picture? They're both at 50% opacity.
What is wrong with this picture?
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Where to
all right.
begin?
I know.
Dwayne.
The Mummy 2, Revenge of the Mummy.
Yep.
Return of the Mummy, Return of the Mummy. The Mummy
Return of the
Returns. Return of the Mummy Returns. I got there.
This wasn't Scorpion King?
No, he's
No,
called the
this is-
Scorpion King, but it's in the Mummy.
Yes.
Did
The
they have
main-
a movie?
That confused
called
the
Yes.
ever-living
Scorpion King?
crap out
They
of me.
made like 4 Scorpion King movies.
All
Yeah.
with Dwayne Johnson, right?
Yeah, no, not with all of them. Just the
One
first
was with Jane Johnson. Then
Just
they,
the first one was Dwayne.
I think they like go through 2 or even
There's
3
4.
actors. There's 4 actors.
Yeah.
God,
Okay.
I need to watch all those.
I used to think, I was like, Scorpion King's in the Mummy, right? And I saw all these movies that said Scorpion King. I was like, oh, never mind.
Yeah,
Spin-off
wrong
series.
Scorpion King.
Very confusing.
This is one of those examples of a studio being like,
See it.
you know what? We've got this character, the Scorpion King. There's this thing called CG. What's that? Computer graphics. And it looks real. Like, it looks so real. And let's just go with it. And they're like, oh yeah, that looks real. But they didn't stop to think, does it actually look real? This is the time period where like the prequels were coming out and people were like, you know what? We've done it. We've made 100% photorealistic CG. Let's give ourselves a pat on the back and put it in everything.
Oh, man.
It was not there yet.
Well, see, here's the thing. Like, everybody gets so mad about this particular thing, saying, oh, you know, this is so bad. But The Mummy has plenty of other CGI in it that's just as bad as this.
Oh, yeah.
But people
Oh, yeah.
don't mock that. And it's like, why are you only specifically going after the Scorpion King?
Well, I think his face looks a little weird, too, because don't they...
He has some
Yeah,
close-ups
face
on
a
his
little
face.
They made a 3D model of him, so obviously it's not him anymore.
It is a 3D model of his face, and there's some close-ups
Yeah.
where he's like, that looks
Yeah.
weird. I
It
think
just looks more like a video game character.
it's a large part is because it is The Rock. It's a recognizable figure. Like when the Mummy in the first movie looks janky, like whatever, it's a mummy. But like when when you know what
It's not
something
based
is,
off Mummy whatever.
when you know what something is supposed to look like, that makes the uncanny valley even worse.
Mm.
If it's a completely fictional thing that has no basis in reality, then you're able to suspend your disbelief, and it looks plausible.
So they probably should have got someone a little less recognized.
Yeah, like even in like Rogue One with Grand Moff Tarkin, there's still a little bit of uncanny valley there because you know what he's supposed to look like.
Mm-hmm.
But they have a CG character in another Star Wars movie that's an alien, and you might not even notice it's CG, just because you don't know what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah. It's very interesting.
Thank you for coming to
There
my
you go.
TED Talk.
Does he actually have his tattoo?
Well, I mean, they kind of have that tattoo here with, like, on his pec.
He's got like some
Yeah.
weird like molting going on.
That's what I was wondering.
It's definitely not like a real tattoo, or it doesn't look like his actual tattoo.
Do you think they tried to
Because-
mocap this?
How
I
funny
would
that
love
be
to
if they're
see
like,
that.
This is Scorpion King, and he's just got this big Samoan tattoo on him.
Love to see Dwayne in like the Gollum mocap suit where it's just
Yeah.
like the green onesie and he's like or it's like crab claws or something.
No.
Or scorpion claws. Sorry. Wrong animal.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the thing where they like, they take like things from animated movies and they're like how it was made, and then they make a picture of them like in the same positions but with a green screen behind them, but it's all animated anyway.
Wow.
That sounds hilarious.
That's great.
But if you've seen the behind the scenes documentary on the Mandalorian, we're not going to be using either of those in the future because we've got the volume, which is the coolest thing ever, and I've been wanting to talk about it for a while.
LED screens, yeah.
LED screens, live projection.
Sadly, Collins,
Cool.
You don't
We
have to
talked
film
about
on
this.
location. You've got the light there.
We're never ending this podcast, Cameron.
You never have to shoot on location
This
anymore.
is the 2-hour episode. Here we go.
technically, Collins, we already talked about this.
We did.
Yeah,
There's one anecdote I just wanted to bring up real quick.
Yeah, you're fine.
In the Rise of Skywalker documentary, they had to do some blue screen or green screen, whatever. They had to do some composite, like blue screen shots in the desert scene. Like they had to do those shots in the desert so they would have the correct lighting. And then I watched The Mandalorian, and it's like, sunset, sunrise, day, just do it all on the soundstage.
Yeah.
Like, if only they had known, they would not have had to go out to the desert again to do those shots.
I wonder if they're just gonna keep doing that for like later Star Wars things.
I think it's like seriously groundbreaking, and it's going to be adopted by a lot of things now.
Mm-hmm.
Because like original, like Star Wars has always done that. Like George Lucas pioneered using miniatures, and he pioneered using green screens in the prequels, for better or worse. So yeah, it's just it's an extension on that. Thank you, Jon Favreau.
Yeah.
Or worse. Wait, Jon Favreau did
Yeah,
The Mandalorian?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, he was like executive
I still
producer or
haven't- I
something.
still haven't watched it. I really
it's
like Jon
good.
Favreau,
yeah.
but I really don't like Elf.
Yeah, the only reason that he did The Lion King and Jungle Book was to develop the technology that was eventually used in Mandalorian.
Oof. God.
Yeah, it talks about it in the doc. It's like, yeah, like I had this idea and I built on it with Jungle Book, and then I built on it even more with Lion King, and now I'm actually able to do what I want.
That's great.
All right. Well, we're out of time. I think we're over time.
You're welcome.
That's my
You're
fault.
welcome.
Actually, I didn't record, or I didn't start doing time talk.
I did
halfway
record
through.
the entire podcast.
We just did this for fun.
Yeah.
Practice round, then we're gonna go again.
Hey, it's
Yeah.
not the first time that's happened.
Now that you watched the Wildcast, you can go home and reclaim all the time that's passed. Thanks for watching, everybody.